So it's around 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm out here on a Powerwalk. So I have done a mind map, or yesterday I did like a overview for the book content. So I have like scheduled up some stuff that I'm going to be including, because now first of all, I've been quite busy with this assignments that I've had in the master. So I finished a master assignment, I finished another course assignment, I finished another course assignment for another course, and then I finished almost another assignment for another course, which I'm going to be finishing today. So I have been quite busy with a lot of different course assignments, you know, for different courses, and also while I'm been sort of taking in part of the like literature and the content for those courses, I'm also, you know, considering what could be used for the book, because now I have like done some research that I'm going to be sort of typing into that book as well. And once I'm like today, I have like one part of a question left in that assignment that I'm doing. So, and that's quite interesting, because I'm actually writing about because part of the question is about by the way, like the whole assignment is in, I think it's like in 8 parts or something, and each of those 8 parts are like ending up as a couple of pages with text, but you need to of course solve the question or the whatever it is they are requesting, and then you also need to, you know, type and read the literature and all of the additional literature and everything else that they are requesting, you know. So basically I have one search question, like 10% of it left, and for that matter I'm just going to, you know, finish that aspect of it today. But it's actually what I'm typing about in it is about during the Muslim kind of pilgrimage, when they going on Hajj, they doing something initially which is called Ihram. I'm not sure if I'm mispronouncing it, to be fairly honest, but it is about ritual type of purity and cleanness, that you need to be in a formal condition as such before you actually can undertake that Hajj, you know. And that's what I'm typing on in that specific question, with relation to a professor in anthropology who actually went on a Hajj just to record it as a form of experience for you know, for his academic works, and write a paper on that, and it ended up as a book which we have been reading, which is quite interesting. And also I have like had multiply resources of information as well for the more normative kind of practice and search for that, which also was included into the course literature itself. And so, but that's quite interesting topic, you know. So part of the different aspects that I sort of are acquiring through these different courses, I'm actually, because they are so relevant for the book as well, in the question of the topic, so I can actually include quite a lot of theories and stuff into the book itself, based on what I'm getting from the courses, you know. So that is a really good thing, you know, that everything is sort of linked together for some reason, because I have not planned any of the courses, like coordinated the the fields or anything. It just happened to be that all of the topics are sort of linked together and can be utilized to actually include into that book format, you know, as well. So I'm going to try and get as much because it's like instead of doing a double or triple form of research, adding all together based on what these all things are sort of about, I can actually utilize it for all of the matters, you know. So so I'm going to, and it's actually a really good idea before starting any book writing or anything, even a paper or whatever, you know, to do some research. Of course, when you are in the university, for each of the courses you have to read a ton of literature. If you are more on the philosophical, social, psychology, any of these more non-nature based fields of science, then you obviously have to do a lot of research beforehand based on the assigned course literature that you have been you know, that you have been assigned. And otherwise, if you're doing a book, let's say, you have to do your own research on that. But I think it's quite good to be able to combine things together, you know, and that's what I'm trying to do with the courses and together with the book, you know. So today, because this is going to be after I'm finished with this assignment today, I don't have anything else that I need to do. Type on an assignment for maybe 2 weeks. No, okay. Until Wednesday, I don't have any assignments, you know, to type on. So I have the time to read the rest of the literature that I have for the master, the course studies currently, and then I have to start with all of the literature that is for the rest of the spring, which is quite extensive as well, but nothing too much, you know. And I need to make a schedule for all of the stuff that I need to do when I'm at the university, when it comes to all of the literature and assignments and papers and everything that I need to do within 2 weeks at least, preferably from end of next week. So I will have a ton to do when I'm over there. But now, after I'm finished with that assignment sometime today, I'm going to have at least 2 days, I think, to type on the book, which is quite a lot of time. So that means I have already like a draft for the first chapters and everything. So I'm just going to try and tie it together into a cohesive form of mass of text and get together some form of thread, like a red thread throughout the material. And then from Wednesday I have another assignment in another course, but that one is not supposed to take so much time. I think it's going to take around maybe 4 hours or something if I'm very effective. So, and then I'm traveling as well during the week, and then end of the week I have a new plan scheduled to do all of those things that I need to do on the university. So as well I have a couple of lectures here and there, but because I have had all these other assignments now the last couple of weeks, I have not had like so much time except after 11 o'clock in the evening for typing on the book, you know. So that means I have not had that much time for it. But now, as I said, these 2 days ahead, I have, you know, I can set aside most time on that book because of the, you know, all these other assignments are kind of finished almost, you know. And then I have a PhD application that is now processed by the university, which is at the same university where I'm doing this second degree at, and that PhD is from September, and 4 years ahead of time. So inshallah, because when you are doing a PhD or any, you know, such kind of thing, you need to consider what you really want to do your research on, and what you are most inclined or whatever, like interested to actually, what university would you like to do your PhD, because you're going to be there for 4 years, you're going to be living in that city. I mean, you will have some off time as well, probably during the summer, but you might still have to work. Maybe you're working in another location during the summer, maybe you're doing research, or you're taking other courses, and maybe you have had to gather material for whatever you're doing in that PhD during the summer as well. I mean, you don't have free time, but you probably can be out of the university during the PhD. So now this PhD is 100% something that I think is definitely something I would like to do, because I was comparing some different PhD programs, like their forms of topics and fields and directions and stuff, and this one is like the most likely within like among the ones that are currently available to apply for, and something that is most within what I'm sort of is interested to do research in. But I have one other application actually that I'm going to post for a PhD as well. And now I don't know how the time would be for doing this PhD, because I'm going to have one project during the autumn for this. It's like the ending project for this other degree, and then potentially also I have 2 courses for the master, and then I'm probably going to have one more course, so I will be doing 150 or 200% of studies in the autumn as well, besides the PhD. So I don't know how I would have 300%. I don't know if I would have any, you know, I don't think I would have free time during the autumn, but it's only for a couple of months, and I think for the project part I might be able to, you know, do some scheduling for that during the summer, just to get all of the informants or whatever I need for sort of doing the project during the autumn, you know, so I can have it kind of smoothly like running. And because I know the PhD is also full-time, so I don't know exactly how the time management would be. I mean, during the first kind of term of the PhD, I don't think it is that demanding. I hope so. And then I might be able to do quite a lot during the summer, depending on how much free time I have, which I might not have so much free time because I'm going to be working and I need to go to Egypt for a wedding, and I might have 2 or 3 courses as well in the summer. So I don't know if I can managing part of the project during the summer as well, then that is great, but I don't think I will have that much else time for considering the workload that I have for the autumn, you know. But I'm going to do my best and see how much I can manage, you know, because now I actually, with the consideration of how much I'm, like, all these courses I'm doing now, I actually have had passed with distinction on all the things I have done now present during this previous terms, so which is quite good, you know, because if you study around 200% and it's on advanced level, and it is you know, combination of different fields and all kinds of things, it's quite good if you're having if you have passed with distinction on all of those things, you know. So I think with that said, you know, this book also had to be finished by end of May, so I have a couple of more months for that. So so I'm going to try and be as productive with it as possible, you know. But it's actually the research I have been able to take from some of the courses that I currently also have in the, you know, going on. It's quite beneficial. So by the way, I am now here in the other end of the marina, and I think I need to stop here and let me try and show you. So it's quite nice. It's in the morning as well, so there are people out working out, running, walking, doing something here on the marina walk. And but I will end here.